Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. No apologies. My Gay Life, Joffrey Brett. Today, let's do a budget. I want to go through budgeting. I do have a associate's degree in accounting. That was part of what I did when I went to college, only because I knew that when a day came when people would get fired or people get laid off, I could always have a job. So that was one thing that I did. Just an FYI. Keep that in consideration if you're trying to figure things out. You can always do accounting. So let's get into a budget. I am very aware that my situation is going to be a little bit unique than others. And there's people their situations are going to be very unique to mine. My point of doing a budget with you is this. If you don't know what you're bringing in and you don't know what you're sending out, you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what you have. And therefore you run on panic, and you need to stop the panic. You need to stop the spending, the frivolous spending that you don't even think about. So those are things I'm going to go through with you today. And I'm giving you an inside look at what we have as far as expenditures and income. And again, ours is very unique because we planned for this day. And I'm asking you to start planning your day so you too can have financial freedom. Okay? So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Now, I've written some things down which will make this process a little bit simpler as I move forward. What you need to do for yourself is actually take a look at what do you got coming in, what do you got going out. So simple, but you need to be honest with yourself. Now, I'm breaking ours down so that you can see what we've done and what we do and why we stay frugal. So we're going to do our budget, all right? Here's what the first thing you need to put on your budget. How much is your mortgage or your rent? What is that? For us, we're fortunate, nothing. You're going to get to that place in your life. Somehow, you're going to do it. Now, if you never want to own and you're going to rent, you'll always have that as a dollar amount. Car payment. You need to take a look at your car payment. Your car payment or your lease. Now, I'm just going to put this out here. I've never been a fan of leasing a car. They are too damn expensive to put $6,000, $5,000, $7,000 down, pay $600, $700, $800 a month so that you look wonderful in a brand new car that you're going to return back in 3 years, and you have nothing to show for it. So I am a ixnay on lease, but car payment, we're going to put that down for Kevin and I. We're fortunate. We don't have that. We pay cash for cars. And our car is currently 7 years old, and we're good with that. The next thing you're going to start to look at are your have-to-haves. Water. You're going to have to pay for water, whether it's an apartment, a house, whatever you've got, you're going to pay water. Our average water bill is $125 a month. That's what our water bill runs. And that's because we have a pool. Now, if you don't have a pool, your water is going to be less. We have a pool, so our water bill is $125 a month. It fluctuates by about $10, but that's the average of what we spend each month. Then we have lights or your electricity. Okay? Our electricity ranges between $162 a month, depending on the time of year, up to $327 a month. Again, that depends on the time of year. When it's colder out, our electricity goes down lower. When it's hotter, it goes up because we run the air conditioner. Now, we're frugal about that too, as far as where we set it out, etc. But I recently, in the last 6 months, signed up to what's called an average. They've taken my lows, my highs, and given me an average. So my monthly electricity averages out to $194 a month. My bill. That's what I'm paying each month. They've taken those averages and said, here's what you'll pay on an average. If you go over that, we'll just charge you the difference at the end of the year. If you're under that, you get a credit at the end of the year. But they're averaging me $194 a month on my electricity. Now that includes also my heat, because we have electric heat. We have gas, of course, for the furnace, and we have gas for our fireplace, but it takes electricity to move it. So that includes air conditioning and heat. Next thing we have is we have gas. Now we have a gas hot water heater and we have a gas fireplace. Our average gas is $24 a month because we also have a gas hot water heater and we have gas. What's the other thing we have? That's it. Gas for the hot water heater, gas for the fireplace, and gas for the furnace. Now it's $24 a month. In the winter, it can go up to $68 a month, depending on whether I have the heat on or not. What we traditionally do is we do not do heat. I will turn our fireplace on in the morning, which takes the chill out of our house. So my bill will go up to about $40 a month. And I use that just to take the chill out of the house. We're fortunate in our area. We don't get below traditionally about 34 degrees at night. And in the day, we stay on an average in the mid 60s to low 70s year round. So we're fortunate for that. It's going to be different in your market, but you need to take into consideration, what are you paying for gas? Okay. Then here's another one that people are spending way too much money on: cable. We pay zero. We do not have Cox. We do not have any of those that are out there that offer you cable TV so you can fill your mind with hours on end of stupid comedies, of unnecessary news, entertainment, which is noise, commercial after commercial after commercial. Yeah, anyhow, you can tell I'm not a fan of cable. So we pay nothing for cable. Now, what we do pay is we do have Netflix. And I pay $10 a month for Netflix. There's a couple of shows we like that we watch. Other than that, we don't turn Netflix on, but we pay $10 a month. The next thing is we all have to have, in this day and age, internet. All right? So we have to have some type of internet. On our internet, we pay $84 a month is what we pay. We have really good internet speed, and that's great for the house. So that's what we pay. And I think it's the lowest of what's out there with comparisons of what we have available in our market. So this is all going to be individual markets. Then we have also our cell phones. On our cell phones, the bill is $70 a month, is what the cell phones are. And that's for Kevin and I. And we have iPhones. We don't have the newest. I have, I think, a 16. Kevin has a 14. And my 16 I got just last year. Prior to that, I had an iPhone, ready, 6S. That's how long it's been since I replaced my iPhone. You don't need a new damn iPhone every time they come out with a new idea. All right, then you have car insurance. We have a car. We must pay car insurance. And our car insurance runs us $235 a month. And I'm going to put this right here. See that? Rip off. It's exactly what it is. I've said to our insurance company, we drive less than 3,000 miles a year. It's parked in a garage. We have no claims. Why is our insurance so high? Here's what was stated to me. Your insurance is that cost because of all the uninsured motorists that are out there on the streets driving without insurance and causing accidents. So everybody has to pay in that pool in order for everyone to have insurance and have coverage. Everybody has to pay that. So we rational it across the board of what it averages out for everybody. It has nothing to do with your driver's record. It has to do with where you live. It shouldn't be penalized is my point with insurance. We should not be penalized for those who drive uninsured without insurance. Those cars, like when I used to live in California, and I love this one, they impound your car, you don't own it no more, bye-bye, your car is gone because you didn't have insurance. And you are fined. And your driver's license is taken away. Hasta la vista, baby. Driving is a privilege, not a right. If you abuse the privilege, you should lose the privilege for at least 5 years. Enough preaching. It's a ripoff, insurance. Okay. Then I also have on here our HOA. We have a homeowners association. For what we pay a year, it averages out to $8 a month. So that's what we've got. I then put in here property tax. Now the property tax gets paid every 6 months, but I'm going to average it out for you because if you paid it each month so that you knew what was going on, our property taxes run us $267 a month. That is our property tax. We have house insurance. Our house insurance is pretty good. It's for a year, a pretty good rate, but I'm going to average it out for you over a period of a month is $100. I also have on here what I call incidentals. My incidentals are things like our toiletries, shampoos, toothpaste, skin cream, things that you need, mouthwash, that clean, fresh smell. Don't want to smell like a goat's ass if I'm talking to somebody. So the incidentals is what I'm talking about here. Paper towels, dishwashing soap, laundry detergent. Those are incidentals. We, on an average, pay only, what do I have here? Right there. On our incidentals, I have $40 a month, averaging. And I'm sure you're saying at this point, 40, how do you do that? Toilet paper alone's like $26 for 24 rolls. Toilet paper alone's like $18 for 12 rolls. Child, we need to talk about your habits in the bathroom. We don't use no more than 24 rolls of toilet paper a year. And I'm going to show you how in another video. But let's get back to this. All right. Then I have on here our food budget. And this is true, our food budget. Because we are preppers, because we buy only items that are on sale, period. We don't walk into the supermarket and say, oh, I want this. Oh, that's a good price. No, child. When you walk that door, you're going in there with a purpose. Just like you, when you put one foot in front of the other, it is a purposeful walk. You're going somewhere. When you go to the store, stay on your list, period. You're buying only what you want, not needs and wants. Only what you want for that trip, which is on sale. Vegetables, produce, essentials to keep you alive. We have a budget of $100 a month. And at this point, I have enough chicken frozen to last us a year. I have enough pork frozen to last us 6 months. I have enough vegetables and potatoes to last us 6 months. So as prices fluctuate and go up, I'm not affected because we buy all that stuff only when it's on sale. It's called a leader price. They lead you into the store, entice you to come in to pick up these items, hoping you'll go over there and get that item. Not on my watch. $100 a month, it's possible. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, so that's everything I have covered here. So under everything, and again, our situation is going to be unique, and I know I'm going to hear people say, yeah, but, Jeff, yeah, but with me. I get it. It's all going to be individual. It's all going to be unique. My point is, if you don't have a budget, if you don't know what you're spending, you're crazy. If you don't know what you got coming in, and you don't know what you're giving away because of not having a budget, you're crazy. That's all I'm saying. So, with that stated, we have a monthly budget of what we spend, $1,477. That's what we spend. All right? That's our monthly average expenditure. Here's our income. Now, I'm sharing you with this because income's realistic. What do you make? Kevin and I both get our Social Security income, which is a benefit, not an entitlement. With that, between the two of us, we get $3,487 income for our Social Security. His and mine. I've combined them together. We have a property rental that we own, no mortgage. It's paid for, and we get that at $2,100 a month. and we're not price gouging, that is $800 under the market value of what's being rented in that particular neighborhood. So we stay below rent because we've had renters there for 11 years who are fantastic. So we don't raise their rent. They're great renters. So that's what we get for our rental income. So our total income for the month is $5,587. That's our income. And I know that's quite high for people who are on a budget in a retirement, senior, etc. I get it. We planned for this moment in life. And if you didn't plan, all I'm saying is you have a budget. It's not too late. Get control of your money. All right. And then our going out each month of what we spend, these are absolutes. 1477 is what we spend. So with that, we have a gross profit of $4,110 a month. And what I want to convey to you is this. If you're still in the working class, still in the working pool, I know a lot of people are only making $45,000, $48,000 a year. I know there's people who's making $120,000 a year. I know there's people who's making $200,000 a year and up. It's there. It's available. People are doing it. I get it. If we were making $200,000 a year on this budget, child, we could afford to buy our own island, much like people who are trying to get information on. I'll leave it at that. So here's what I want you to do. If you're listening to this video and you're younger than retirement age and you're in your 40s and you're struggling and you're in your 50s, you're thinking, how am I going to do it? Here's what I want you to think about. You don't need to stop at let's do this. You don't need to stop at that coffee shop every morning and sit in your little car and go through the drive-thru and order on your phone and walk by or just drive by and say, gracias, and grab it as you keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop at that coffee shop. Don't do it. Make your own coffee. You got time. Don't go buy that new blouse. The one you're on, girl, you're looking good. You don't need another one. Open up your closet. If you've got more than a dozen, 16 different shirts, men or women, you don't need another shirt. There's only 7 days to the week. You don't need another one. If you've got more than 8, 9 pairs of slacks, you don't need another pair. Don't buy them. You don't need more than 4 or 5 different pairs of shoes. Stop already. We're living in a society that tells you must consume. We're living in a society that tells you order it today, it'll be at your doorstep tonight, it's easy, push this button. Stop it, stop it, stop it. That's the only thing I'm asking you to do. You don't have to budget, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But here's what I want to tell you. I'm 68, I'm retired. Kevin's 73, he's retired. I've been retired for 6 years. Kevin has been retired for the same amount of time. We retired the same year. So that's our income each month on retirement. I'm not even going to tell you what we've got in the bank that we don't even touch. I'm not going to tell you that. None of your business. But I will tell you this. We need not for another dollar. And we got there by being frugal. You've looked at the videos of mine. I'm hopeful that you've seen that we live in a very nice home, paid for. We have a beautiful garden and a beautiful pool that we enjoy, paid for. We get in our car and we drive if we need to go somewhere, paid for. Side note, we spend about $65 a month in gas, and we use our point system at the grocery store, which gets 25 to 50 cents off a gallon of gas by shopping on our budget of $100 a month. So we even get discounts on the gas because we're budgeting by shopping coupons. So I'm just asking you this. If you think you need that new shirt, you don't. If you think you need to buy a new pair of earrings because they're pretty and they're sparkling, you're catching your eye, it's a momentary fix. By tomorrow, it'll just be an old pair of earrings. You want to buy a brand new car so that you can sit in that luxurious man-made leather, swivel around and sit in that traffic and be aggravated drinking your little cup of coffee that you drove to the coffee shop to get. So everyone says, oh, Look at that car. Isn't that nice? Oh, he's drinking that little cup of coffee that he did the drive-through. I want to live like that. You're living in stress is what you're doing. You're stressing yourself out, maybe unintentionally, but I'm hoping that my voice, if you see it and hear it, is a wake-up call. You don't need to live that way. You need financial security, especially in today's world. You have to. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to bail you out. No one cares if you go on TikTok screaming about, I am broken, I don't know what to do, flipping your little extensions around. No one cares. Your extensions are yours. They were fun when you put them in. Now you got to maintain them and you ain't got no money. That's all I'm asking you to do is become aware. Because no one's coming to save you. When that ship goes down, you better have a lifeboat. I hope this was informational for you. You got something out of the fact that you need to take a look at what you're spending. Even if you stop one thing, it's money in your pocket. Even if you still want to go get your coffee drive-through, instead of doing it 5 days a week, cut it to 3 and see how you feel. Go every other day. Eventually you'll say, I don't really need it. I can make it at home. And it's just as good. And by saving that money, I was able to buy my own little latte machine. And now I can have it whenever I want. Even at night when I'm sitting on my couch, streaming through YouTube and finding my YouTube, No Apologies, My Gay Life, who taught you that you don't need to watch cable. You don't need to be entertained by all that stupid sitcom. Hell, go to the mall, you'll see it. Did I make my point? I hope so. Tell me what you think. Leave me your comments. Take on your day. And be good to yourself and each other. And until next time, thanks for watching. Ciao.